let's jump in with resume tips. Okay, this was something that I asked everybody. So, some of the common themes that we saw across the board were lead with impact, use metrics and action verbs. And something that heard as well, especially because of the ATS, is you can go on to 2 pages. You can have a multi page resume. I think that's something that gets pushed a lot that, oh, you have to stay to 1 page, you have to stay to 1 page. It's very hard to do that, especially when you get into your mid career and you do have really good and relevant experience. We had Oscar who talked about bullet points should be specific. Numbers are your friend in terms of outcomes. I heard that from multiple people. I loved this from Katie. She said, I would rather you just have a size 11 font and 3 pages than 8 size font. And I have to squint. I think it's funny, but so relatable. Even though everything is read online and we can zoom in and all of that, that 8 point font is too small, you guys. Smallest I would go is 10. But to Katie's point, if you need a little bit more space, just go on to the extra pages, but also really evaluate what you have going on there. I loved this from Danny. He really pushed this idea of having a career story. And I think that was such great advice that he shared. And that story gets weaved into your resume in terms of how you talk about your experiences. She talked about summaries. So this is like the top of the resume when you have a little summary, a professional summary. You want to use bullet points. Don't use a paragraph. It's very hard to read, and a lot of times it's very generic. So if you're going to do a professional summary, have bullet points of your best accomplishments or things that you just want them to know and highlight. One thing I will say that came out of Omar's episode is if you are going to be applying abroad and language is something that you need to be aware of, then in that professional summary, make sure you talk about the languages that you know, because that pulls that information to the top versus having it toward the bottom in a skills section.